Your Majesty, the tactical analysis of the Battle of Tine you requested. What was, what will be, and what is may yet be spoiled by this report, which contains major spoilers, but only for Season 1, Episode 1 of this turning of the Wheel of Time. The Dark's primary objective was to detain high-value persons they believed would be of great use in the wars to come. The Light's objective was to counter the Dark's efforts and, in the specific case of Moiraine Sedai and her warder Lan, to move these high-value persons to a safer long-term location. To begin, the Fade ordered the Trollocs to encircle and then cordon the village to find the high-value persons. This plan additionally inflated their numbers and maximized intimidation while exploiting the vulnerabilities of villagers they assumed would present minimal resistance. The entrance of Moiraine Sedai and Lan to combat changed everything. Lan quickly established ground superiority over the small part of the battle space, providing cover for Moiraine to methodically project her firepower and kill small groups of Trollocs, in an effective use of the defeat-in-detail tactic. Moiraine and Lan's initial success bought the villagers much-needed time. Some were able to obtain weapons and mount effective resistance against single, isolated Trollocs. Others sought cover and concealment, primarily in the largest structure and the one most were closest to at the time of the attack, the Wine Spring Inn. Exploiting this, the Fade countered by massing the Trollocs in unified shock troop-style frontal assaults against the Wine Spring. The Fade's new tactics forced Moiraine and Lan to focus on denying the massed Trollocs access to the Wine Spring, controlling where they could fight, and negating the villagers' resistance against isolated Trollocs. Crucially, though, by more credibly threatening Lan's ground superiority, the frontal assaults forced a more vulnerable Moiraine to use larger bursts of the One power to compensate for Lan's reduced effectiveness, exhausting her faster. Moiraine barely endured long enough by creatively using raw power on the operating environment. She defeated the Trollocs without risking the time needed to select and implement from a rapidly dwindling list of possible new tactics. Unfortunately, it came at serious cost to the village and to her. My clerks believe these high-value persons to still be with Moiraine Sedai. Our eyes and ears will remain on the lookout for her. Your Majesty still has the chance to send Queen's Guards to assist with the rebuilding effort, as we discussed in our strategic overview of the previous season, which you may find below. We do, however, advise waiting until rumors of unrest quiet down in Cairhien and free up the detachment currently deployed to Arengil, near our mutual border. Your Majesty, this concludes our report. My ladies and lords of the Westlands, rulers from sundry lands, if you find the reports my clerks and I produce to be helpful as you labor in the service of your people, do honor us with your raised thumbs and subscriptions. Until our next report.